When a Grand Prix ends in disaster, the repercussions reverberate far beyond the track. For Sergio Perez, the Las Vegas GP wasn't just a bad day. It was the final straw that ended his time at Red Bull. But was this a long time coming? For Sergio Perez, the 2024 season was supposed to cement his legacy at Red Bull. Instead, it has been a year of glaring contrasts. As Max Verstappen smashed records, Perez struggled to keep pace. After the disaster at the Las Vegas GP, Red Bull finally made the call. Perez will not race for the team in 2025. Was this decision inevitable? And more importantly, what does it mean for Red Bull Perez and the rest of the F1 grid? Today, we'll examine how a promising partnership unraveled and why Red Bull's second seat remains one of the most demanding jobs in motorsport. When Red Bull signed Sergio Perez in 2021, it marked a break from their usual strategy. Red Bull historically promoted drivers from their own junior program, but after a string of underwhelming performances from Pierre Gasly and Alex Albon, the team needed stability. Perez, a veteran with a knack for maximizing results in less competitive machinery, seemed like the ideal candidate. Why Perez fit the bill? Perez's defensive prowess and racecraft made him a formidable teammate for Verstappen. Who could forget his heroic defense against Lewis Hamilton in the 2021 Abu Dhabi GP? That moment alone cemented his value as a team player, earning him the moniker the Minister of Defense. In his first 2 seasons, Perez delivered key performances, including wins in Azerbaijan, Monaco, and Singapore. He played a vital role in securing the Constructors' Championship in 2022 and 2023. Yet cracks began to form as Verstappen's dominance grew. The Mexican driver's performances were increasingly inconsistent, exposing the stark performance gap between Red Bull's 2 drivers. The Las Vegas GP was more than just another race on the calendar. It was F1's attempt to capture the glitz and drama of the American entertainment capital. The event brought a unique atmosphere, street racing under neon lights, roaring crowds, and a global spotlight. For Perez, however, it was a race to forget, a weekend of missteps. From the start, Perez struggled. A poor qualifying session left him starting outside the top 10. During the race, unforced errors compounded his woes, leading to a lackluster finish well outside the points. For Red Bull, it wasn't just about the points lost, it was about the optics. On a weekend where Verstappen clinched another commanding win, Perez's performance became the focal point of criticism. Why this race mattered. The Las Vegas GP highlighted the disparity between Verstappen and Perez in a way Red Bull could no longer ignore. In a sport that thrives on perfection, Perez's mistakes on such a grand stage proved too costly to overlook. Red Bull Racing operates with a clear mantra: win at all costs. Over the years, this philosophy has made them one of F1's most successful teams, but it has also created an unforgiving environment. The second seat at Red Bull is notorious for its demands. Drivers are not just expected to deliver results, they must also withstand the pressure of being compared to Verstappen, arguably one of the most dominant drivers in the history of the sport. A history of high standards. Since Red Bull's entry into F1, they've developed a reputation for their high turnover of drivers. Consider Daniil Kvyat, who was demoted mid-season in 2016, or Pierre Gasly and Alex Albon, who struggled to match Verstappen's pace and were subsequently replaced. For Perez, the warning signs were always there. Christian Horner's warning. In the weeks leading up to the Las Vegas GP, team principal Christian Horner gave a pointed statement: "This is a performance-driven business." Those words weren't just a warning, they were a signal. Perez's time was running out, and the Las Vegas debacle sealed his fate. With Perez confirmed to leave, the focus shifts to who will take his seat. The second Red Bull seat is both an opportunity and a challenge. It's a chance to race for the most dominant team in F1, but it also means living in Verstappen's shadow. Red Bull's shortlist includes a mix of promising young talent and seasoned veterans. Liam Lawson. The rising star Liam Lawson is arguably the front runner. The 22-year-old impressed during his brief stint in F1 as a substitute for Daniel Ricciardo. Lawson's ability to score points in challenging circumstances showcases his maturity and adaptability. Isaac Hadjar, the F2 sensation. currently making waves in Formula 2. Ishak Hadjar has caught Red Bull's attention with his aggressive driving style and consistent performances. Promoting Hadjar would continue Red Bull's tradition of nurturing talent from their junior program. Valtteri Bottas, the veteran, a surprise addition to the rumor mill. Bottas offers experience and stability. As a 10-time race winner, he knows what it takes to perform under pressure. However, his selection would represent a departure from Red Bull's usual approach of grooming younger drivers. Franco Colapinto. The wild card to Colapinto, though less likely, brings an outsider's perspective. While he's more closely aligned with Williams, his potential inclusion in the Red Bull conversation highlights the team's willingness to consider all options. Sergio Perez's decline at Red Bull wasn't the result of a single issue. It was a perfect storm of challenges. The Verstappen effect racing alongside Verstappen is no easy task. The Dutchman's dominance isn't just about skill, it's about his ability to extract every ounce of performance from the car. For Perez, the constant comparison became a mental and emotional burden. Car setup issues. Red Bull's cars have long been designed to suit Verstappen's aggressive driving style. While this approach has brought the team immense success, it often leaves the second driver struggling to adapt. Perez frequently cited balance issues, which limited his ability to push the car to its limits. Mental fatigue and criticism. The relentless scrutiny from fans and the media added another layer of pressure. Perez's every mistake was magnified, creating a cycle of self-doubt. The mental toll was evident in his body language and post-race interviews. With Red Bull closing its doors, Perez faces an uncertain future. The F1 grid for 2025 is already taking shape, leaving limited options for the Mexican driver. A return to the midfielded teams like Haas and Williams could offer Perez a lifeline. While a return to the midfield would be a significant step down, it would allow him to continue racing in F1. Perez's experience could make him a valuable asset for a team looking to develop younger drivers. Endurance racing and beyond. Alternatively, Perez could explore opportunities outside of F1. Endurance racing, particularly in series like the World Endurance Championship, has attracted former F1 stars. Perez could also transition into a mentorship role, helping nurture the next generation of talent. Red Bull's decision to part ways with Perez isn't just about one driver, it reflects the team's long-term strategy. With Verstappen firmly entrenched as their star, the team must decide whether to focus on building for the future or maintaining immediate dominance. The risks of promoting a rookie. If Red Bull opts for Lawson or Hadjar, they risk exposing a young driver to the immense pressure of competing alongside Verstappen. The team's history suggests that this approach is fraught with challenges. The safe bet. A veteran like Bottas could provide stability and consistent results. However, this option might lack the long-term potential Red Bull seeks. The Verstappen question. As Verstappen continues to dominate, Red Bull faces a unique challenge: how to build a team that can thrive even after Verstappen's eventual departure. The choice of Perez's replacement will offer clues about Red Bull's vision for the future. Sergio Perez's time at Red Bull will be remembered as a story of highs and lows. His victories and key contributions to the Constructors' Championships are undeniable, yet his struggles highlight the brutal nature of F1, where even the smallest flaws are magnified. Perez's journey is a testament to the pressures of competing at the highest level. It's also a reminder of the importance of mental resilience and adaptability in a sport defined by constant evolution. Sergio Perez's exit from Red Bull marks the end of an era, but it also signals the beginning of a new chapter for both driver and team. Red Bull's decision to replace Perez underscores their relentless pursuit of perfection, while Perez's next move will shape his legacy in motorsport. The 2025 season promises to bring fresh faces and new rivalries. As Red Bull looks to the future, fans are left wondering who will step into the spotlight alongside Verstappen, and will they rise to the occasion or falter under the weight of expectation? Who do you think should replace Perez? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this analysis, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more deep dives into F1's biggest stories. See you on the next lap.